Tony here from the Mighty Overlander. So today what we're going to be doing is a quick gear review on my new sleeping system that you see behind me, the Wildtrak king size single swag, the Easy Up jumbo stretcher, and the new sleeping bag that I've got inside there as well. Alright, so go get yourself a nice cold one and we'll get started with this review. Now, when it comes down to selecting your sleeping system, there's a few things that you should take into account before you start spending those big bucks. So first off is definitely going to be your budget and what kind of price range you're going to be looking at and how much you're willing to spend. The quality of the product that you're going to be getting, what kind of overlanding and camping you're doing, including the climate that you're going to be doing it in, and also how much space you've got on the vehicle when it comes down to actually carrying all of this gear around. Now, in the first part of this review, what we'll do is do an overview of the fully set up system, and I'll point out some pertinent parts, and then I'm going to do a full assembly starting from the beginning so you can see how easy it is to set up these components. Alright team, so the first thing we're going to look at is the king size single swag. Now this is measuring at 210 millimeters in length, so you tall fellas out there are going to be nice and comfortable. 90 millimeters across, so lots of room in the shoulders to be able to roll around during the night, and then you've got 80 millimeters in headspace up the top of the taper here. Now it is a tapered style swag, so more room at the top, and then it comes down to a slightly smaller space for your feet at the bottom end, and a dome style as well. So you've got these three flexible collapsible poles that maintain this really nice rigid dome shape to it, giving you plenty of nice room in there so you don't get that kind of claustrophobic feeling when other kind of swags kind of come down on top of you. Now a couple of the other features. So this is a full cotton canvas covering rating at 420 GSM. Now GSM stands for grams per square meter, so that's the thickness of the actual canvas that they're using, and this is up there with the absolute best of them out there. Really top quality stitching all the way around and a nice heavy duty PVC base, which means if you roll it straight onto the ground, you're not going to rip it up straight away, and it's going to definitely last the test of time. On the inside, you've got a nice thick mattress, definitely nice and comfortable. Then you've also got the space at the top here, which you can unzip and allow for more ventilation as well. So let's have a look at a couple of the other features either end. Now, like I was saying up at the top end, you can actually unzip this complete space down here to allow for more ventilation. It does have the bug mesh on that side as well to make sure those creepy crawlies don't get in, but you can also unzip the canvas onto the inside to allow for a little bit more ventilation. Now this makes it nice and breathable so you don't get any condensation buildup, which is certainly something that I was suffering with my last system. Now also either end, you have this flap here for weather protection, so even if you've got that open, the rain's not going to come in, and you use this to actually peg it down and maintain its shape. However, if you want, there is an added extra that I'm going to show you now. Okay guys, on top here you can see this silver pole. Now this is an added extra if you want to grab it, and I highly recommend that you do, because what it does is it turns this into a completely free-standing swag. Now it's a three-piece adjustable pole that has little eyelets at either end, and basically what it does is it pulls everything nice and tight, and even means that you don't even have to use this central dome piece here in the middle, making it even easier to get in and out of. Now the added benefit is, one, it's much easier and much faster to set the whole thing up, and also two, if you've got nowhere to actually peg your ends down, say for example you're on a really sandy beach where you can't get a proper peg in, or you're in particularly hard obnoxious ground where you can't drive the pegs down, this makes things considerably easier. Now the whole unit does come with its own weatherproof bag as well, which is absolutely fantastic. So whilst it's up on the roof of the vehicle, it's much easier to keep dry and keep the dust out as well, and it also means that you're not going to have bugs splattered all over it when you're on your way to your destination, which is always something that I keep into account when I'm driving around in the forest. Now the next thing we're going to have a look at is the Easy Up jumbo stretcher underneath. Okay guys, next up is the Easy Up Jumbo Stretcher. Now this bad boy has a weight rating of 150 kilos, which is fantastic because it only weighs just over 12 kilos, 218 millimeters long and 90 wide, which means it matches the footprint of the king size single swag really well, and it keeps you 42 millimeters off the ground. Nice hard wearing canvas top, and you've even got an extra little pocket on the front here, so you can put some little items in there and everything like that that you don't want to roll around on top of when you're inside your swag. Now, a couple of the advantages of using a stretcher over just going straight on the ground mainly is around what's around you. So there's less chance of creepy crawlies like kind of crawling up into your swag, less chance of you dragging dirt and everything into your swag as well. If the ground is really rocky or uneven, this is going to definitely give you a much more even surface to sleep on, but more so getting in and out of your swag is considerably easier as well. Okay guys, the last piece of the puzzle is the Franklin hooded jumbo sleeping bag. Now this has got a full cotton canvas covering, so it's nice and durable on the top, and on the inside you've got this beautiful flannelette which keeps you nice and warm. Now it's also rated to -7 degrees in extreme temperatures, but for comfort it's rated to -2. It's got a full cinchable hood there, so if you need to try and keep your head heat nice and tight, then you can pull all of that in, and it's also got this little thermal layer here which allows you to kind of lock some of that body heat in as well. Plenty of room in here. And it fits, as you can see, the inside of this particular swag perfectly, so it's an absolute perfect match. Okay guys, setup is nice and simple. So once you take your gear out of the bags, now these all have nice hard wearing bags and a 1-year manufacturer's warranty on all of the pieces of kit here. So it's all good quality gear. Now what we're going to do here is quickly set up the Easy Up Jumbo Stretcher. Now what I mean by Easy Up is easy up. Look at that, I'm done. Now, how easy was that? 2 or 3 seconds. That is nice and simple. So I'm now gonna go grab the swag and roll it out on top. Okay team, now that you've taken its swag out of the bag, roll it out onto your stretcher after you loosen up the D-shackles that hold it all together, and everything is here ready for you to go. So you've got your pole bag, which has got the collapsible, flexible dome poles, and then you've also got this little bag as well. Now this bad boy's got pegs in it, and it's also got some canvas repair gear in there as well. So if you ever do tear any of your canvas or anything like that, this is really good to have on hand so you can easily patch up your swag when provided. And it's also got some care instructions in there as well, so make sure you read all of those. Now the first thing that we're going to do is put our stuff to the side here. Now as you can see, I've actually left my sleeping bag on the inside of my swag, and you can do that. You've just got to cinch it down really well and just kind of fold it back a little bit and take out all of your poles. Now there is going to be 3 sets of poles. One set is for the foot end of the taper, one set is for the middle, and then one set is for the head. Now with the head, that one's going to be nice and easy to identify, which is this one here, I believe, because it's the longest out of all of them. So that one goes up here. The one for the middle is slightly different to the one for the foot. Now it's the same size, except for you've got these little plugs on the end here so it doesn't rip the inside of the canvas. So that one's there for the middle, and this one here is for the feet. So I'll put this one in first. Always remember, feed it through the top, nice and easy like that. And then you've got these little pins that these click into at the bottom there. And then you've also got one on the other side. Just kind of push it through as required. Like that. And then you've got these retaining clips. So these here, nice and tight. And that's how you keep that nice dome shape. Right, and that is nice and easy. So that is that side done. Now we're going to do the head end, and it's pretty much just a rinse and repeat of the other side. So fold it back, make sure you feed it through the top part of the canvas first. I don't know how many times that I've actually started putting it together and realised I hadn't done that. So always remember, top part of the canvas first, little pin at the bottom, just shimmy that through just a little bit so you've got a little bit of room to work with. And it's got a little kink in there, so it'll make it easier to get down on this one. And there we go. And then you just kind of even it up, put these ones here in. So this is nice and easy. Rinse and repeat, same as what you did on the foot end. Push that through. And once these are all on, we can do the one in the middle. Okay guys, once you've put your 2 end dome poles in, you're just going to be using your central piece here. Now if you don't have this, just do your end pieces with the pegs first, and that's going to give you your basic shape here, okay? Now after that, throw this center pole in, It's got two little PVC pockets down either side, so you just slide one in on that side, and then one in on the other side. Just there. And that's going to give you your centerpiece there. Then it's basically just a case of bringing your bug mesh over the top and then fixing the Velcro straps underneath. Hold that there. There's 1, 2, and 3. And then the last 2 are on the other side there. 4 and 5. So once you've got this here in, this is your basic shape here, okay? Now, all it is just zip that one all the way up. Repeat on the other side. And there you have it. Pull your envelope over, especially in inclement weather. And there's a little Velcro tab to keep that in place on the other side there. Just make sure it's nice and center on the stretcher itself. Nice and easy. Okay guys, look, I am going to pop this back underneath my camping setup that I've got over here, and then I'm going to be jumping in for a good night's sleep tonight. So when you see me next, I'll be waking up inside my swag in the morning, and I'll give you a bit of a rundown on how good a night's sleep I had in the Wildtrak king size single swag on the Wildtrak jumbo stretcher in the Wildtrak hooded sleeping bag. All right guys, I'll see you in the morning.
All right, good morning team. So first night in the brand new Wildtrak sleeping system that I've picked up. What can I say? Well, I've been awake for about 15-20 minutes now, and this has been the first time in a long time actually where I kind of don't want to get out of bed. I'm actually really comfortable and I am nice and warm, and I just want to sit here and, you know, I can kind of just starting to see, you won't be able to see it because of the light, but just starting to see the sun starting to come up. So I do have to get up because I've got to do a few things. But, so, verdict on the Wildtrak sleeping system. Well, it's been a while since I've slept in an envelope style sleeping bag, so like the tapered down to the feet. A big plus there has been the heat retention in the actual swag itself. I've even got the, I'm not sure if you can see behind me, I've even got the window here pretty much half open actually, and it's still super warm in here. Really, really good, and that's without the beanie. I've only put the beanie on this morning. Really warm. The sleeping bag, absolutely fantastic. This nice fleecy inlay on the inside of that's kept me really nice and warm, and the mattress on the swag is absolutely brilliant compared to the last lot of sleeping systems I've been using. It's been really, really good. So yeah, I don't have a sore back or anything like that, so not bad. Look, it is an envelope type swag, so it's a little bit more kind of confined than say like a big like full dome double swag or something like that. You don't really have the headroom stuff here, but that's not that bad, you know, because especially as like a one person sleeping in here. I mean, you can see down here, I'm not sure if I can turn the camera around, but you can see down here, look, I've got heaps of room in my feet, you know. I mean, like, you're not doing this at night anyway, are you? And like, you know, so for the most part, yeah, look, this is potentially one of the better night sleeps that I've had on the campsite for a while, actually. Yeah, really happy, really happy. No condensation, that's a bonus. God, haven't I been dealing with a little bit of condensation issue in a while? But look, no condensation, You know, the zips are nice and big. You've got big, you know, these ones here. You know, I've mentioned this in the start of the video, but you know, nice and big. You know, so that's, oh, just holding the light there. So that's really good. Easy to pull them in. You know, you've got them on both the canvas flat there and then on the actual mesh, so you could actually open it all the way up if you want. No, really happy with it. No issues at all, you know. Just be aware, it is an envelope swag, so it's a little bit more confined, but that's not a problem for me at all. I reckon that's actually really good. It keeps that warmth right here around your head, you know. That's what you want really in a sleeping system. You want it to be nice and warm, and there's absolutely nothing worse than getting up by the campsite, not feeling refreshed, not feeling like you're ready to either tackle the next day of camping or even pack up campsite, because that's half of the problem really, isn't it? You know, is you have a rubbish night's sleep and then you have got to pack your campsite up. So look, this one gets the Tony tick of approval. I certainly, you know, look, while the Wildtrak team gave me this swag, I'd happily get this one, happily. 100% guys.
All right guys, so we're all packed up for our camp and the 2 nights in the Wildtrak king size single swag. So a really nice piece of kit. Like I said, inside the swag this morning, really nice and warm, super comfortable. The mattress is great. It locks in the heat really well. The thickness of the canvas means that it's nice and dark in the morning as well. So if you want to sleep in, even when that sun comes up, it's nice and easy to do so. It's all packed up on the top of the Jimny, as you can see here. Now each of these pieces of kit all comes in their own bag, and these are nice rugged weatherproof bags. The swag bag itself actually has a nice rubberized inside lining as well, so it keeps all of that dust and moisture away. It's certainly not completely waterproof. There is kind of like a pull tie end that you can see here, but for the most part what it's going to be able to do is just keep kind of like the rain off and everything like that. So full disclosure guys, Wildtrak Leisure Australia did give me this gear to review. Now they haven't paid me for the review, but they have given it to me to keep. So thanks very much to Wildtrak Leisure Australia for supporting the channel there. Apart from that though guys, thanks very much for watching, and this has been another Mighty Overlander review of camping gear. Enjoy your next overlanding adventure. Cheers.